Hey YouTube, Geminijets 2000 here, coming at you with a fictional airport update. I got, I think 4 new models in this update. 3 of them I just got yesterday at the airplane shop in Las Vegas. Just came home from that yesterday. Good little trip. A little news. I did that trip kind of as a little celebration. I just got my instrument rating just last week. So now I'm an instrument rated private pilot. I'm going to start doing the training for the commercial pilots in the upcoming weeks. But I have some downtime right now. Still working at PDX as a baggage handler for Alaska. 2 of the new models are in the shot right here. I have also my birthday models, new ones, which haven't been in a fictional update. So let's just get started. Here's just an overview of the airport. We got the A and B concourses right there. C concourse, D concourse, regional terminal out there, remote stands, the E concourse with remote stands. I'll start over here on the takeoff lineup. Just pulling onto runway 10 left is the Delta Airbus A330-200. It is heading out to New York JFK and it arrived in from Atlanta. Oh, and I forgot the time period for this fictional update is from 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. So just getting into the late night hours. So a lot of red eyes and planes are just starting to come in for overnighting. Right here is an American 737-800, number 2 for the runway, and he is heading out to Dallas-Fort Worth as a red eye, and it arrived in from Los Angeles about 4 hours ago. Right here is an Aeromexico 737-800, and he's going to be heading out to Mexico City, and it arrived in from Guadalajara. Just going down here is a British Airways 787-9, which is heading out to London Heathrow, and it arrived in from London Heathrow. Right here is an Alaska 737-900 ER, and it just arrived in it arrived on this runway and it's taxiing back. It came in from San Jose and will be heading out to LAX later tonight. Actually, wait, no. It came in from St. Louis and will be heading out to Phoenix later tonight. Then right here is a Delta Connection Crj700 taxiing out to the runway for takeoff. It is going to be heading out to Medford and it came in from Oklahoma City. Just down here, just taxiing after arrival is a blank DC-10. It arrived in from Cincinnati, just carrying some cargo. On the runway, just touched down here is the Gemini 787-9, arrived in from Shenzhen, China. We'll be heading back there in around 2 hours. Just pushed back out of one of these American gates here in the E concourse is the first new model, American A319 America West retro livery. It came in from Philadelphia. It's going to get towed to a hard stand. We're able to spend the night. Behind it is a Volaris A320 in from Guadalajara. It'll be overnighting. Just pushing back out of this stand right here is a American E170. It is heading out to LAX and it arrived in from LAX around 35 minutes ago. And just pulling into this gate is another new model, the Delta Connection CRJ900. Got this at the airplane shop. I was real surprised to see it. Real happy. But it's heading out. It'll be heading out to El Paso later tonight on a red eye, and it arrived in from Fargo, North Dakota, just now. It'll be going to that gate there. And then right here is a Hawaiian Airbus A330-200, and it came in from Kahului, Maui, and it'll be overnighting. Just onto the Delta hard stands here. They run out of gates in the D concourse, so they go park out here. I got an A319 for Delta. And it is going to be heading out to San Jose and arrived in from Des Moines. And just after that one departs, we've got a 737-900ER, which is going to be heading out to Portland, PDX, and it came in from New Orleans. We have 2 717s. First one here is heading out to Boise, and it arrived in from Ontario. Second one is going to be heading out to Phoenix Sky Harbor, and it arrived in from Portland, PDX. Then right here is a E170, which is going to be heading out to Oakland, and it arrived in from Fresno. Going to the E concourse here, we've got an American A321 right here, which is going to be heading out to Phoenix Sky Harbor in a little bit. A lot of Phoenix flights right now. It arrived in from Charlotte. I got a Delta 767-300 heading out to Orlando as a red-eye, and it came in from Minneapolis, St. Paul. American A321 Sharklets came in from Chicago O'Hare, and will be heading out to New York JFK on the red-eye. And then a 757-200 here, which is going to be heading out to Charlotte, and it arrived in from Phoenix. And then right here is the Qantas 787-9, which will be heading out to Sydney. That is a new service at the airport, Qantas, along with the American 757, because I got those for my birthday. Right here onto the D concourse, we have a Delta 767-300, which is going to be heading out 300ER. Going to be heading out to London Heathrow, and it arrived in from Munich. Right here is a Delta 737-900ER heading out to Baltimore on a red-eye, and it arrived in from Cleveland. We've got a 737-800 for Delta, which is going to be heading out to Newark, and it arrived in from Tampa. Right here is a Virgin Australia 777-300ER, which is going to be heading out to Melbourne, and it arrived in from Brisbane around 9 hours ago. Just pushing back, he's going to have to wait for all these guys to get out of the way. It's a Delta 757-300, which will be heading out to Honolulu. Flight leaves at actually around 1 a.m., 1:55. So it's going to go out to a hard stand where it'll wait and then get towed back for that flight. But it arrived in from Las Vegas about an hour ago. Then right here is the KLM 777-300ER, which will be heading out to Amsterdam Schiphol. And then right here is a China Eastern A330-200, which will be heading out to Nanjing, and it came in from Shanghai. Right here is a SkyWest CRJ700, still wearing the Alaska colors, but it's operating for Delta connection. And it's going to be heading out to Tucson, Arizona, and it arrived in from Santa Barbara. Right here is the Delta MD-90, which is going to be heading out to Chicago O'Hare on a red-eye, and it arrived in from Denver. And right here is the 757-200 for Delta heading out to Seattle, and it came in from Fort Lauderdale. Right here is a Korean Air A380, which will be heading out to Seoul. Cathay Pacific A350-1000 heading out to Hong Kong. Delta A350-900, which is going to be heading out to Beijing, and it arrived in from Rome. Condor 767-300 in from Frankfurt, heading back there. Delta A220-100 is going to be heading out to Louisville, and it arrived in from Hartford, Connecticut. Right here is a Norwegian 789 heading out to London Gatwick, and it arrived in from Copenhagen. Then there is a Delta 757-200, which is going to be heading out to Los Angeles, and it arrived in from New York JFK. Just going to get the planes in the hangar here before I forget. Right here is an Alaska 737-800, which came in from San Diego and is overnighting, getting some maintenance done. Just lift up the ceiling here. There is a China Airlines A350, which is heading out to Taipei in around 2.5 hours. It came in from there around 4 hours ago. And then right there's a Delta 777-200 LR, which is going to be heading out to Sydney in around 2 hours, and it arrived in from Hong Kong about 5 hours ago. So long turn on that one. I'll just get back to onto the C concourse here, starting down there. Let me fix the gate. Got Alaska 737-800 in the Spirit of the Islands livery, which is going to be heading out to Anchorage, and it arrived in from Las Vegas. Right there's a 737-900, which is going to be heading out to Los Angeles, and it arrived in from San Jose. Then right there's another 737-800, Salmon 30 Salmon livery, and it's going to be heading out to Burbank, and it arrived in from Kona. And then we have the Honoring Those Who Serve 737-900ER, which is going to be heading out to, I'll send him to Fort Lauderdale, and it arrived in from Phoenix. We got a A320, here, I'll move up for it. A320 right here, which is going to be heading out to, send him out to Portland, and it arrived in from Raleigh, Durham. And right there's a 737-900ER in the normal livery, which is going to be heading out to, it arrived in from Palm Springs and is overnighting. And right there's another 900ER, which is going to be heading out to New York JFK on a red-eye, and it arrived in from Anchorage. And onto the A321neo here, arrived in from Washington Dulles, and will be heading out to Las Vegas in just a few minutes. Right here's an A319, which is going to be heading out to Seattle, and it arrived in from Portland. I'll just get these ones taxiing out here. I forget if I got this one already. The Air France 777-300ER heading out to Paris Charles de Gaulle. It was at the Cathay A350 gate. Right here is a United 787-10 Dreamliner, which is going to be heading out to, he's heading to Newark when it came in from Denver. They're still doing crew routes on these, getting familiar with the airplane. So domestically, United schedule's been bumped around a little bit with the 737 MAX 9s out, along with Southwest with the MAX 8s. I'll get into that. Right here is, actually in the Denver is normally on the A319, so they got a nice upgrade to the 7810. And that was because of the A350, I mean the 737 MAX crisis, sort of. Right here is an A340-600 for Lufthansa heading out to Munich, and it arrived in from Frankfurt earlier. Got a Spirit A319, which is going to be heading out to Fort Lauderdale, and arrived in from Dallas. It's taxiing out to the runway. Right here's a Frontier A320 taxiing out to the runway, and is heading out to Reno, and it arrived in from San Jose. Actually, no. It's heading out to Chicago O'Hare, and it arrived in from San Diego. Right here is a Alaska 737-800, which arrived in from, let me find it here. It arrived in from San Francisco, and it's going to be heading out to San Jose in a little bit. Another 737 right here, which is going to be heading out to, that one's heading out to San Francisco, and it arrived in from Los Angeles. And we got a Southwest 737-700 heading out to Oakland, and it came in from Houston Hobby. Southwest 737-700 heading out to Las Vegas, and it came in from Chicago Midway. That one would normally be heading out to San Francisco, but that flight was canceled due to the 737 MAX outage. Right here's a 737-700 heading out to San Jose, and arrived in from Nashville. Here's a 737-800 heading out to San Diego. It arrived in from Baltimore. And another 737-800 which arrived in from Denver. Normally be coming in from Phoenix, but that flight was canceled due to the 737 MAX. And it was heading out to Sacramento. Here at the regional terminal here, mostly Alaska Air Group planes, but got a United Express E170 right here, which is going to be heading out to, he's heading to Sacramento, and it came in from Eugene. We got an Air Canada Q400, which is going to be heading out to Vancouver. Just going to wait for this guy to get out of the way to push back. Then we got an Alaska E175 operated by SkyWest, which is heading out to, he's going to Boise, and it came in from Santa Rosa. Right here's a Q400, next new model. It is heading out to Victoria, Canada, and it arrived in from, let's say, Spokane. Right here's a Q400 just pushed out, and he is heading out to Missoula, and it arrived in from Helena, Montana. And then right here is the E175, which is going to be heading out to Santa Barbara, and it came in from Milwaukee. I got another Q400 here heading out to Bellingham, and it came in from Calgary. We got another Q400, which is heading out to Redmond, and it came in from Billings, Montana. Back to the other side of the C concourse, parked over here because they ran out of room. The A concourse is the Air China A330. It arrived in from Shanghai around 4.5 hours ago at the international gates in the A concourse. Then they were towed over here for its flight out to Beijing. Right there's a Hawaiian A321neo heading out to, actually just came in from Lahui. I got a JetBlue A320, which is going to be heading out to Long Beach just in a minute. And it came in from Las Vegas. Then right there's a Frontier A320neo, which is going to be heading out to, he's heading out to Reno and came in from San Jose. And down there we have a Alaska 737-700, which is going to be heading out to Salt Lake City, and it arrived in from Seattle, Tacoma. Then we have a Frontier A321, which is going to be heading out to Orlando. It came in from Cincinnati. Then we have an Alaska 737-800, which is heading out to Denver and came in from Orange County. Common use case, we've got a United A320 in the Stars and Bars retro livery heading out to San Francisco, and it came in from Newark. We got a Delta A321, which is going to be heading out to he's heading out to Atlanta and came in from Las Vegas. Then we have a JetBlue A320, which is going to be heading out to Los Angeles and it arrived in from San Francisco. The B concourse, we've got a United 757-200, which is heading out to Houston Intercontinental on a red-eye in about an hour and a half, and it just arrived in from Kahului, Maui. Then we have a Delta A320. They are not normally over here, but they're out of gates. He's going to be heading out to Indianapolis, and it arrived in from Washington, Dulles. Into the quite crowded and busy 8 concourse. We've got a United 787-8 here, which is going to be heading out to Tokyo Narita, and it arrived in from Houston Intercontinental. This double gate here, got a Icelandair 757-200 in from Reykjavik, and it's actually heading back there in the morning. And right here is a United A320, which is going to be heading out to Seattle Tacoma, and arrived in from San Antonio. Going over here, sorry about the accessories, they're all, I just want to get this update out, so I didn't really set them up. Some of them are already set up, but yeah, so sorry about that. Right here is a Asiana 777-200ER, which will be heading out to Seoul at around midnight. And right here is a JetBlue Alaska A320. They're over here for international arrivals. It arrived in from San Jose. Arrived in from Cabo San Lucas. It's overnighting, but they'll tow them out of here over to the C concourse for a flight in the morning. Right here is a United 737-800 heading out to Phoenix, and it came in from Cancun. Got a 737-900ER heading out to Chicago O'Hare. It came in from Kona. Kona is normally on a MAX 9, so that's a little different. And then this aircraft would normally come in from Las Vegas, but the Las Vegas is now on the A319. So they put Las Vegas on the A319, and the flight that this normally would do would be Denver, but that's on the 787-10, as I said earlier. But this is still going out on its normal flights to Los Angeles. Right here's the Air New Zealand 787-9 heading out to Auckland real soon. 767-400 for United heading out to Guam, and arrived in from London Heathrow. Guam flights in a few hours. United 767-300ER, right here, it came in from Washington Dulles, and we'll be heading back to Washington Dulles, filling in for the 737 MAX 9. Just taxiing in right here. He's going to have to wait for a gate. The FedEx MD-11 in from Memphis. We'll be heading out to Oakland. Over at the cargo and other hard stands, got 2 737 MAX, Southwest, and the United MAX 9 just waiting as they are grounded. Another new model, which you guys haven't seen, is the DHL 757-200 made by NG Models. And it is going to be heading out direct to Miami. And it arrived in from Mexico City. Over here is the UPS 757-200, which came in from Chicago Rockford, and it's going to be heading out to San Bernardino. Right here is the UPS 767-300ER heading out to Louisville, and it came in from Cincinnati. Then right here is the Korean Air 747-8 heading out direct service to Seoul, and it just arrived in from Chicago O'Hare. And right here is the Cathay Pacific Cargo 747 heading out to Anchorage, and it arrived in from Dallas-Fort Worth. So that's the update. Real busy. Sorry not all the accessories were up. There were some kind of knocked around and stuff. But yeah, so a lot of new models. Hope you enjoyed it. I should have a PDX update hopefully in the next few weeks. So stay tuned for that. Stay tuned for other videos. When I was at the airplane shop, I actually got to see the Geminijets, the new terminal that they released. The guy took it out of the box and like showed it to me and stuff, and I got a video of that, so I'll probably upload that to YouTube sometime. real soon. So so that was cool. Real nice, you know, expensive, but look cool. So yeah, I'm gonna end the video here. Here, look at all this nice Sentry on the CRJ900. So don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Go follow me on Instagram at Geminijets_2000, and thank you for watching.